So, have you ever thought about things that other people have noticed about you but you haven't? The question is, why should you even care? Well, here is a personal story. When I first started my job as a line manager, after about 3 to 4 months, one of my direct reports came to me and gave me feedback that while I was doing a very good job at trying to improve business results and KPIs, I wasn't at all paying any attention to how the team felt or the overall environment within the team. That one piece of feedback changed my entire perspective about line management forever. For those of you who drive, these things are like those blind spots which are on the either sides of your car, but you have to pay extra attention to them before you can change your lane. Otherwise, you can run into an accident. So what are your blind spots and how do you identify them? Well, watch this video till the end because I will be sharing with you a very useful tool which will help you to not only identify your blind spots but also minimize them. My name is Jameel Hye and I've been working in the corporate sector for the last 18 years and my passion is to help you build real life skills for your job and career that they don't teach you in college. So the tool I will be talking about today is called the Johari Window. Now where does this name Johari come from? Well, this tool was developed by two psychologists named Joseph Luft and Harrington Ingham. So that's why the name Joe and Harry. So the Johari window is basically a 2x2 matrix, or in other words, you can think of it as a window with 4 sections. The first section is things that you know about yourself and others know about you. So as an example, I love Chinese food. My family knows it. My friends know it. Whenever we have to go out for dinner, my friends and family don't have to second guess what my first choice is going to be. So these kind of things that you know about yourself and others know as well are called the open space or the arena. So therefore, this part of the Johari window is also known as the I know, you know quadrant. So take a moment here to think about what are the kind of things that could fall for you in the open or the I know, you know quadrant. So the second quadrant of the Johari window contains things that you know about yourself, but others don't. So this is the I know, you don't know quadrant or the hidden quadrant. So another personal example here. I talk a lot and therefore a lot of people mistakenly think that I am an extrovert because when they see me talking, they probably feel that I get a lot of energy from people around myself, but that's not actually true. I am an introvert because I get much more energy when I read a book or when I'm doing some self-reflection or some deep work as opposed to going out and spending time with people. So one of the ways to improve on this hidden quadrant is to do more self-disclosure about things that you know about yourself and others don't know, because that might add a very interesting perspective for yourself. Going back to my own example of being an introvert and people thinking I'm an extrovert, when I actually started openly talking about being an introvert with some of my friends, I actually got some very good ideas on how I can be more effective and more helpful to others while being an introvert. So the point here is that a lot of times we are very hesitant to self-disclose about ourselves, but when you actually do it, it really helps you not only improve your self-awareness, but also improve your personal effectiveness. Now the third quadrant of the Johari window is what this video is all about. These are the things that I don't know about myself, but others do. And surprise, surprise, this quadrant is called the blind spot. Now if I go back to my personal story, it took one person on my team to have the courage and come and speak up to me and give me feedback that what are the things I was not doing well as a line manager. So I was very lucky to get that feedback very early on in my career. However, the other learning here is that the best way for you to minimize your blind spots is to constantly ask for feedback. One exercise that I recently did, which I found very insightful, is just pick up 3 people who you trust. These could be your family, these could be your friends, it could be a mixture of the two, but these should be people who you think know you very well. And then just ask them 2 simple questions. First question is, what are the top 3 strengths that you have in their opinion? And then what are the top 3 weaknesses you have? What at least I found in my case was the feedback that came in was pretty consistent and I could almost join the dots between what these people were trying to tell me. It is also a very good idea to think about what could those potential blind spots be, and when the feedback actually comes in, you just compare the notes. So just take a moment here and think about what could the potential blind spots be for yourself. And if you are comfortable, please also feel free to share them in the comments. And the last and the final quadrant is very interesting because these are things that you don't know about yourself and others don't know about yourself. So what are these things? These things are called the unknown potential. Let me share with you a very popular example. A lot of you might not know that the famous actor Johnny Depp actually wanted to be a musician and he just took upon acting to make some money. But as he did that, of course, he found out and later we found out that he was such a fantastic actor. So had Johnny Depp not tried acting, he would have never discovered his unknown potential. So the key here is to constantly keep trying new things. Especially I've mentioned in so many of my other videos that we are living in a time and age where this lifespan of skill sets is actually shrinking a lot. So we should all develop a habit of lifelong learning. So take a moment here to think about what are the kind of things that you would like to self-discover about yourself and uncover your unknown potential. So now as we have gone through all the 4 quadrants of the Johari window, the basic idea here is how you can maximize your open quadrant or the arena by seeking more feedback to minimize your blind spots, by doing more self-disclosure so that you can minimize your hidden facade, and embarking on a journey of self-discovery or lifelong learning so that you can uncover your unknown potential. And who knows, you might be the next Johnny Depp. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please leave some comments and don't forget to subscribe. Good luck.